What's up everybody, it's Sean here, back today to give you guys a review of the Up There collaboration with Asics on the Gel-Kayano 12.1 in the Natsukashii Part 2 or Glacier Gray colorway. First off, I want to give a huge thank you over to Up There for sending me over this pair. This is a surprise follow-up to their recently released Gel-Kayano 12.1 Natsukashii, and it was basically posted on their socials with no warning, no leaks. It was just a surprise follow-up colorway that caught a lot of people off guard. So this is being nicknamed the Natsukashii Part 2 colorway, but the colorway is officially Glacier Gray and Pure Silver. So this pair released in-store on October 24th, with any remaining pairs being sold online on the 27th. And I believe these are only available through Up There. I don't think, based off of their verbiage on their website, I don't think these will be available on the Asics website or at other boutiques, but I could be wrong. And just like the green pair that I reviewed earlier, this pair should retail for the same price of 300 Australian dollars, which is roughly 200 USD or 275 Canadian converted. So if you watch my review of the green colorway that they just dropped, this review is basically going to be identical, except of course it's a different color palette. That one had more of a dark, moody, earth tone look to it, whereas this one is completely different. It's white, it's bright, and has much more of a winter-ready look to it as opposed to the fall colors of the green colorway. So just like the green colorway, this pair comes in the same box. This is done in that signature bright shade of green that Up There is known for, and we have Up There and Asics co-branding on the top lid. As far as the shoe goes, jumping right into the details, on the toe box you can see this is covered in a gray colored, intricately woven mesh, and then overlaid on both sides of the toe box we have these shiny synthetic leather overlays. So this is basically like a synthetic patent leather, but it does have reflective detailing on either side. Moving downwards on the lateral side, instead of a normal Gel-Kayano 12.1 which has typically some sort of fuse or mesh layer here, for this pair, they retain the same mesh look, but we do have these horizontal lines of TPU bonded on top. Covering the eyelets, we have more of that shiny white leather, and then underneath this, we have the signature Asics stripe, once again done in a mix of white and reflective silver. Moving downwards, we have this Up There tag, which is stitched on upside down, and it's attached to another synthetic leather layer here with Gel-Kayano 12.1 branding, along with the Asics logo pressed onto the mesh on the lateral side only. Covering the heel of the shoe, we have another shiny leather layer, and then on the top of the heel we have this reflective Asics branding, along with this shiny synthetic red leather. As far as the laces go, so this pair comes with two different lace options. The standard lace that they come with is an oval shaped white colored lace, but they also come with a secondary pair of gray colored laces as well. Underneath this, the tongue is crafted out of that same gray colored mesh that we saw on the toe box and the sides of the shoe. We have this woven lace loop which helps to hold the laces in place. This really stands out, and it's done in a bright and vibrant red shade. And then fused onto the top of the tongue, we have the Asics logo. The back of the tongue and the interior of the shoe, this is covered in a light gray colored liner and has this diamond shaped pattern to it. For the insoles, these come with a pretty well padded foam lined insole. It's covered in that signature Up There green on top, and we have Asics and Up There co-branding pressed onto the heel. So the upper of the shoe, it sits atop this midsole, which is crafted primarily out of Asics Fluid Ride technology, which is basically a dual density foam, which helps to give the wearer more of a smooth transition from heel to toe. In addition to this, they also utilize gel technology. This is visible on both the lateral forefoot and the heel, and I really like the pure and icy look that it has, which matches the aesthetic of the upper of the shoe, and to me it almost resembles ice. Turning the shoe over to the bottom, so the outsole here is crafted primarily out of gray colored rubber. We have these grooves in the forefoot to give you some added flexibility, but of course, just like the green colorway, they also use that bright shade of red. This is utilized both on the rubber pods as well as this TPU shank plate in the middle. This is Asics Trustic technology, and it helps with torsional rigidity and midfoot support. And then running down the center of the shoe in green, we have Asics guidance line. This is colored in green again as a nod to Up There. So that breaks down the look and the construction of this shoe. And for those wondering about how these fit, to me these fit like any other Gel-Kayano 12.1, so I'd recommend most people to stick true to size. In my case, I'm a true size 10, slightly on the wider side. I got sent these in a size 10 and they fit me very comfortably, no pressure points. So I feel like if you have a narrow, normal, or slightly wide foot, go with your actual measured foot size. If you have like a really wide foot, you may want to consider going up half a size. But if possible, try on maybe a GR colorway if they're available somewhere around you, just to get a sense of how they fit your specific feet. Moving on to the comfort, so this model is quite comfortable. It's not going to be one that's very stacked in terms of cushioning. It's not extremely pillowy and super soft. But one thing I really like is that I feel very well supported, especially underneath the arches of my feet. And it does have a good amount of plushness to it. It's just not overly soft and wobbly. So if you're looking for a dependable, well-rounded, comfortable model, I think the Gel-Kayano 12.1 is one that you should definitely consider. Last but not least, in terms of the quality and the overall craftsmanship on this shoe, so just like the green pair, the material quality was really nothing special. This is your typical 2000s-ish era sneaker where it utilizes mesh and just a bunch of synthetic and reflective panels. So nothing to write home about, but I thought the build of the shoe was okay. No major flaws that I could see, the stitch job was good, the glue stains were kept to a minimum, so there's really nothing to be disappointed about this shoe, assuming you have your expectations in check about what types of materials they use on a shoe like this. So with all of that out of the way now, let me toss these on feet, I'll lace them up, and I'll show you guys how these look. I think this is a great follow-up colorway to the original Natsukashii Asics that they just dropped. Like I mentioned from the start, the first pair has much more of that moody, earth-toned fall vibe, whereas this one is much more airy, much more bright, and it seems like a shoe that'd be more suitable to wear maybe in the winter time. Personally, I'm a fan of lighter based sneakers, so I think this pair is probably my favorite of the two, and I can see myself wearing this a lot, say in December and January. Obviously with mesh, I'm not going to be wanting to wear this when it's minus 20 or 30 degrees Celsius out there, but during Christmas time, if I'm running errands at a mall or something, I think this is a really solid shoe. So hats off to Up There and Asics for another incredible collaboration. Thank you guys so much for sending me over this pair, and I want to know what you guys think about this shoe. Leave your thoughts down below. Is this something you think is better than the green pair? Do you prefer the first one over this? Let me know how you feel about them down below, and as usual, if you guys enjoyed this review, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. I'll link my social media accounts down below for you guys to follow, and as always, thank you for your continued love and support, and I'll catch all of you in my next video.